super late today. I apologize for that. I got called away for something shortly after I started everything running. But today is probably going to be a bit of a shorter stream, maybe. Let me get my... But it's probably going to be a bit of a shorter stream today. Unless I get pulled into something specific. I was debating if I wanted to do more Monkey Island today. I was originally going to do art, but I didn't really have the time to sort everything out that I kind of have going on. I freaking woke up late. How do I put this? I didn't wind up streaming yesterday, obviously, which is why we're streaming today. I overslept today because it's been a long weekend, obviously. One thing I do need to do, though, before I get sidetracked and forget about it, is this needs to be adjusted. I gotta do math. We weren't live yesterday, but Desktop did donate a big amount. 65, 85, on 150 now. And that puts us at plus 85, 637. Which means that we have reached our new outfit. I'm gonna make it to where new outfit's also available for people to choose an outfit for lists, because I just did a new outfit for Nasu. But 700 is our new goal, and that is what is 700? Models and assets, announcements, PC upgrade-a-thon. 700 is Goblin voice for stream. I'll do that like tomorrow then, because I'm too tired to freaking do that today. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't have to do that. Not yet. Not until we reach 700. I'm stupid. This needs to be moved a little further. But yeah. It's been a long weekend, and everyone in my family is just tired right now. As I established, freaking had a funeral back on Friday, and I wound up sleeping like 6 different times throughout that day after I got home, between my stomach not liking travel and just being tired from waking up early. Can I please have my shuffle button? Okay, that's why I did it that way. Freaking the shuffle button only shows up if it's that large. But basically, that's the long and short of it. I had a funeral on Friday. Yesterday, I had D&D, which had a lot of brain power involved. They entered a temple, and they're doing a very long puzzle. They're getting close to being done with that puzzle, but they're a bit stumped in the room that they're in. But we were getting late in the day by the time they got to the room that they're in, so we ended it because A, Rhea had to dip for other stuff anyway, but also we were just, I figured I'd give them some time to think about, you know, next course of action, which is fine. I wasn't expecting the puzzle to be done in a single session, so. That being said, I'm going to be very yawny today. Because I am just fucking tired, dude. Which is also why it's a short stream. I didn't figure I'd have the, like, proper energy to, one moment. Where's this? In comparison to all the others. Yes. But I didn't figure I'd have the proper energy to keep focused on art today. I'm also not doing a schedule this week. I'm not going to do a schedule this week. Because, I mean, I haven't been doing a schedule, but for those that do know, I have been meaning to do schedules. I may be getting the new computer soon. I'm not going to say that I am for sure, but I might have it within soon. Because one thing's being sorted out and then hopefully we'll have it. In which case I'll auto-complete the computer upgrade-a-thon. Due to the nature of how it is, it was one of those ones that was for sure going to have all of its goals completed. And I'm not ripping people off just because the way that it happens is going to be a bit different from how it was originally planned. So that's how it's gonna go. Another wrench did get put into the original plan the secondary plan, I guess. Original plan? The original plan for the full thing just getting put into one freaking set. The secondary plan overall, in the fact that you know, tariffs freaking meant that the original plan for how the PC was going to go, we just couldn't get a hold of graphics card. One of the graphics cards that we were after. But hopefully that means that we'll be able to actually, you know, play things again. You know, things that aren't 80 years old or more intense than a strategy game. Even some strategy games are too intense. I don't know why I'm specifying that. Because we had Empire at War with Thrawn's Revenge was being a bit rough. We had frame drops in Marathon, for fuck's sake. I mean, we've had frame drops in Healing Nature. And Healing Nature is a 2005 RPG Maker game. It's a very good game because it's a very good story, but it is a 2005 RPG Maker game. It's not exactly the peak of intensity. I mean, a part of it's the fact that I multi-stream, and I've multi-streamed from my computer instead of sending it through and then around. Because if I send it through and around, it does the live feed rather than the VOD track. With me multi-streaming from my computer, I can separate it into doing the VOD track for YouTube. So where I'm hearing String Storm, YouTube currently is hearing Cafe de Toho. Because I really don't want to get copyright struck just because I want to listen to... Just because I don't want to spend 5 years hunting down music that isn't going to get me copyright struck. Let's see here. What else have we had that's been a little iffy? Dream Barbecue actually ran really well. I thought that there was another strategy game we played around the same time as Empire at War. System Shock 2 ran fine if I didn't have V-Bridger running, which is before I had my model rigged for V-Bridger, so honestly, I haven't really, until recently, had a reason to have V-Bridger open. I kinda need to actually screw around a bit more with different things. HoloCure also doesn't run terribly well currently. That's what it was HoloCure, which ran really well beforehand, but doesn't now. Rage we tried way back in November before we got sidetracked into... fucking what was it? That was when we shifted over to doing Core Keeper. Because that was the cat fix-a-thon. I don't know how else to freaking phrase it. It was the Nostalgia-thon is what I called it, officially. But it was in order to save Hiccup's leg. And now the little bastard's trying to get outside and get his freaking leg injured again. He's getting anxiety from being inside all the time, but he's gonna get himself hurt again because he's stupid. Keeps trying to dart outside. But yeah. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Freaking, hopefully things are back in order, and then who knows? Maybe when that happens, we'll go back to, you know, Stalker Gamma after however fucking long. Twilight Town also had some lag spikes. And that's a GZ Doom game. There was another back in the when I was doing the demo variety day that there was another GZ Doom game that ran like dog ass. We do like a demo variety day for boomer shooters or something. I need to go back to Ina Dream Barbecue because apparently they added a unmissable way to get the super RNG achievement for that. I also need to, you know, freaking try and hop across the precipice. Oh, that was just a ping that I just now got. Oh shit, these are right next to each other? I guess that makes sense. ST and ST. Mark that as unread so that I can look at it after stream. But yeah, I kind of wanted to take today to Yap because just all the shit that's been going on over the past, like, week or two. I mean, technically it's been going on since the end of last month, really. Just one drama thing after another's just been going on in the freaking VTuber sphere. I mean, I already gave my freaking 2 cents on the end of last month's thing, so I'm not going to talk about it again. Because even the people that are directly involved that actually have the, you know, have all the reason in the world to talk about it are done with it. They've gave their 2 cents, and They want to move on. I can't say I blame them. What the fuck am I getting a... So, and then the last 2 weeks, which everyone's probably heard of by now, freaking... I don't have a side in it, overall. My side is, Jesus Christ, people. Do we really have to freaking call for violence against people over shit? I mean, I freaking had, like, a crash out just due to how many of my mutuals on freaking Blue Sky were just like, oh, we gotta go hunt them down and beat them with baseball bats and freaking string them up by their testicles, internal testicles, because they're both girls, but still. I mean, both sides, I guess, in a certain degree did that, but, like... But, like, dude, freaking... I'm not gonna keep following you if you're gonna freaking... call for, like, outright violence on this shit. It's a disagreement in freaking politics. I don't freaking care. And I freaking unfollowed like 4 mutuals as a result. I mean, one of them's not really related to that. They freaking had a disagreement about something else and called for freaking doxing people over it. It wasn't related to the freaking Kirsch thing. They had their own thing before, like, even the first thing dropped, where they're like, well, here's this thing that I don't like in media, so I'm going to say you should dox people over it. Haha! I'm totally reasonable. It's like freaking... Shit, which one was it? Was it... I did a video. It was a comment that I got on one of my videos. I remember that. I think it was on the NTR video. I'm gonna lag for a bit, because YouTube eats up a lot of CPU when it's loading up shit. Where do I go to look at it? Comments. Oh right, Yakuza mentioned on the one video. Oh, this person did a reasonable one, because I also freaking... Because it fetishizes cheating and infidelity and uses people's insecurities and emotions to make it effective, genuinely terrible, and it's basically pure taboo. I don't have a opposition to people saying that. Where... These are exclusively I haven't responded. I don't want the exclusively I haven't responded, because I think I did respond to it. This one I don't... Oh, I liked it, so I guess that... 3 years ago? Jesus Christ, are those videos this old? Oh, did the person freaking remove their comment? The fuck? Okay, that's weird. Some dude freaking apparently went off on the Hansa freaking video. That's a outright spam at this point, I think. What the fuck? I don't know. Apparently the comment that I'm looking for doesn't exist anymore, so I guess they realized that saying that people should be freaking jailed for making NTR manga is unreasonable. Because even as far as, like, IRL stuff goes, I don't think people should be freaking jailed for cheating. They're scumbags, sure, but I don't think they should be jailed over it. So I don't think that people should be jailed for the fictional version of it either. NTR just happens to also be freaking tied to several other tags that are illegal. Freaking the R one is normally the highest one on there because it starts off with, there's like 3 settings for it ever. And some people have tried to be like freaking unique, quote unquote, and tried to like do something new with it, and then they're like, aha, I got this new way of doing this, and then it's like, and then they do it 800 times and it doesn't fucking matter. And it shows like freaking 2 days later or something like that, like everyone and their mothers just all had the same idea at the same time. And God forbid, there was one freaking dude that freaking had an afterword where he's like, yeah, I just kind of changed the story in the middle of it. That's why there's like no point A to point B on this, and why character just shows up randomly and then disappears at the same, like within a single thing or whatever, and it's like, why would you bother changing your entire plan specifically just to freaking... I mean, I know why. Because freaking controversial tag means that people are going to look at it or whatever, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Some people, like, really get up in their own ass about, like, being a writer or whatnot, and freaking... It's like if I freaking... I don't know. went along and freaking decided that I was going to try and lecture people that were getting into VA about, like, anything beyond basics. I'm no expert in it. Granted, that's not as egregious as some people that I freaking have known who have, like, zero experience in something and then freaking try and lecture me on, like, PC stuff. Where I worked in the industry for, like, 4 years. Until my business got shut down because COVID. That was freaking outrageous. But this is the second time we've mentioned this in the past 2 days, because Tebber mentioned it yesterday. Freaking... I had someone who has zero experience in PCs beyond I use one occasionally lecture me about how I was unreasonable and the peanut gallery for my commentary on, you know, PC stuff. It's like me with my very limited experience in the voice acting industry going up to, like, Mim, who has been doing voice acting since I think I was... for sure since I was single digits. Maybe even years after 2005 to present. Okay. So yeah, not been voice acting since before I was born. However, has been voice acting since I was 7. But yeah, it's like me freaking going up to... Mim goes by she, her, right? Going up to her and freaking being like, ugh, God, you do this method? You should do this method. I don't know why you do this. It's like, what the fuck, dude? I don't know if Mim goes by they, them, or she, her. Either way. The point stands, it's like if I freaking went up to Mim and was like, oh, with my... how many years do I have? 3? My 3 years? Saying, oh, hey, you should listen to how I do this. Like, no. I'm an actual drop in the bucket in comparison by time. I'm not even a fourth of the time limit? Time frame? I'm not even a fifth. 20 years versus 3. 4, I guess, now. But no, 3. It would have been in the later part of 2021. So yeah, 20 years versus 3. Not even a fifth of the amount of time. Anyway, before I got distracted, yeah, that's my basic long and short of the one thing, is freaking... I'm not gonna freaking lecture people on how they should, like, who they should be friends with and whatnot, but I really wish that people weren't so freaking eager to jump on to, hey, this person needs to be freaking violently interacted with as a result of them doing this thing. Or freaking... unless they do something, like, really, really bad. Obviously, there's a big difference between I have a differing opinion in the political sphere, which I know is a heated freaking region. But still, freaking, you don't need to bash someone over the head with a freaking baseball bat over it. But there's a difference between that and, well, actually legal things. Like, there's certain things that I will not use the actual words for because I don't want to get bonked. But if you cross lines in those regards, then I don't know what the, like YouTube rules and whatnot are for, like, mentioning even that stuff in passing. Like the words or whatnot. I don't have to worry about monetization, so that's not what I'm worried about. It's more along the lines of, I don't want to get, like, a strike just because I freaking mentioned the proper word for diddlers. Or, like, freaking... I know that, several people have mentioned, like, not to have to worry about the conforming to TikTok's super freaking strict rules on, like, obviously mentioning serious topics like suicide. Because, I mean, I agree with Thor on that. I don't think that diminishing the severity of the word is helping anyone, and it also makes people more afraid to actually talk about it, rather than... and then they feel isolated if they can't talk about it, and then it just leads to more problems than... maybe one or two people are a little uncomfortable about the fact that it's been brought up. I think that we should freaking prioritize actually allowing people to talk about it and potentially saving their lives over some people getting a little upset that they had to hear the word. But, you know, that's neither here nor there, I guess. I think that that's a problem with the way that a lot of, like, how heavily advertisers have such a chokehold on most online spaces in that regard. Because advertisers don't want to be seen next to any of that stuff. Or comments on it, or freaking talking about it, or discussions about it, or even mentions of it. So, anyone that's you know, got the platforms where anyone might be talking about those things, is going to start bonking people about talking about that shit. And then it just leads to a problem where, I mean, they're corporations. They don't give a shit about the people. They only care about the money. So obviously there's that. But, like, it does lead to a problem where people that ordinarily would care are forced to succumb to these, or to bend the knee to the corporations and their calls on this shit in order to not get all their shit taken from them. And then they obviously have to make the decision of, if it ever comes up, do I discuss it and allow people to talk about it? Or do I... And do I risk, like, not getting anything from this because the entire thing then gets freaking black marked for a 5-minute discussion? Or do I go with the stability that is brought by me not allowing it? And obviously, like, a lot of people have rules where, like, don't trauma dump XYZ. Because they're not the space for that, they're not therapists, XYZ. That's fine. There's a difference between people doing it because they don't want to, like, interact with it and they don't feel comfortable with being the kind of person that someone is putting all that weight onto, and people doing it because they have to make the decision between, do I get to eat tonight, or do I let this person vent and possibly have a slightly more how do I put this? Do I eat tonight, or do I hopefully give this person more time because they were able to vent their frustrations about this and talk about this and not feel like they're being silenced yet again? Because some people get to this point because they do live in situations where they're just constantly being silenced. So being silenced yet again by freaking things out of their control is just another point on it. It's a balancing act in that regard, just in general. And I don't think that there's any perfect solution to it, to be perfectly honest. But I don't know. I don't know for myself even on that, so. I mean, it's mostly for me, it's more of a comfort kind of deal rather than it is a money kind of thing, because, like, I don't do this particularly for the money. It's nice to freaking have it, like, as well and have, like, supportive, but like, as far as ads go, I don't make shit off of that. I don't know. After ad, I might play I have this game that I might not be able to. I just realized it's 8 gigabytes. And I didn't already install it. But we might, I don't know if we'll work on my card or anything. I should. I got commissions and I've got other stuff that I need to do. I did kind of want to get, like, my little 2 cents out on my crash out over this past week. And how I just really wish that people didn't all the time jump immediately to violence anytime there's any sort of disagreement on the internet anymore. Be right back though. I'm gonna hit the bathroom. Can I help you, Stinky? Yeah, the fan's off. You're not getting your stink all over the place. Can I help you? Would you like to be in my lap? Or are you just gonna sit there and look at me all pissed? Ready, lady. But yeah, where was I? One moment, I'm actually gonna turn my fan down a bit. It's starting to cool off enough that I can. There's just a lot of shit going on anymore. Freaking. I'll freaking see several things that just kind of peeve me. I mean, we'll wind up freaking. There's a few different communities that I'm tempted to freaking drop out of again. Just due to, like, individual things. I mean, for instance, freaking... There's some people that really, really need to learn not to do the parasocial thing. And then there's also people that need to freaking set their foot down and tell people not to do the parasocial thing. It's a two-pronged thing in that regard, I guess. One side's overly parasocial, the other side doesn't stop it. Despite the fact that they used to really be, like, hammering down how much they didn't want parasocialism going on. And Tebber and I talk about this semi-regularly. Because Tebber's, like, really good about putting their foot down when people start being fucking weird. Bye. But some people don't, and it really starts to become a problem. Especially when people, like, start to be really weird about it. And I'm not, like, perfect about it, to be honest, but I've learned quite a bit from, like, larger creators and their ways of handling this stuff. And their comments about, you know, nipping that shit in the bud before it becomes a problem. Because it does become a problem. And a major one at that. And then freaking... half of us are like, oh, no, I don't really want to be around there anymore because freaking... I really don't want to just kind of walk in and freaking see people being really fucking weird. Especially in regards to a friend. Or talking about stuff that really should not be talked about in a Twitch chat. That's a big one is the thing, is that some people don't realize that you shouldn't talk about certain things on Twitch. Because even, like, with the content labels and whatnot, there are certain things that do cross lines. If you get to the point where you are talking about every place that you have ever stuck certain objects, and giving a play-by-play of every reaction to that kind of thing happening, then Twitch is going to be a bit upset with you. I mean, part of it's freaking, like, and they're gonna be mad at the streamer too, because the streamer's allowing that, and it's, Twitch is still a platform that has people of a younger demographic on it. So it does become a problem. I don't know why people don't nip that stuff in the bud, to be honest. I don't know. If I've learned anything about over these past 2 weeks, it's I still don't understand how people freaking wrap their entire lives around drama. The first freaking thing at the end of last month alone freaking drained me so heavily. Because I kind of kept track of that because it was, you know, a major, obviously a major shakeup of the entire freaking ecosystem, but also I'm not fully isolated from the entire circle, I guess is the best way to put it. And then freaking being dragged into this whole thing just because I freaking primarily am on Blue Sky and a lot of my freaking mutuals just decided that they wanted to get involved in it and freaking, I don't know. I got freaking... I called it out and got lectured by someone about freaking... how since I'm American, I'm just kind of exposed to the highly political, and then freaking also freaking how when I used examples of people from other countries that I'm friends with, it's like, well, clearly you're just going with people that are constantly into the politics side, and I'm like, I had to kind of freaking bring him down to earth and be like, you're the only person that I'm friends with that is actively in this politics stuff. You were the one that is most vocal about how freaking volatile this shit is. It's like, I don't understand why you freaking wind up saying this when, like, I don't know. There's just so much shit going on, dude. I just want to be a goofy little idiot and freaking play my video games and do my art and freaking... I don't know. I've just had that freaking migratory itch kind of starting up again, I guess. Just in general. Between that and freaking several like communities that I'm in that I don't really feel like I'm a part of these days. I don't know, it's weird because like they're communities of people that they're communities that are with people that I'm friends with, and I feel less part of them than I do in communities of people that I have like 2+ degrees of separation from. Speaking of which, though, I should freaking... I need to actually talk in certain servers more. I joined Angora's server, and I talked in it like the first day, and I've talked once or twice, but I keep getting distracted. I mean, part of it's because... oh, what the fuck just happened? Just saw red for a moment there. I was looking at my freaking... I thought that it was a flash of red in my freaking OBS, because that's where I was looking at the time. But, I mean... I woke up at freaking 7... or not 7. Like 6:45 today. Because I passed back out after I woke up. Because I've just been so goddamn tired. And... and then I'll freaking obviously stream at like freaking 8 my time. So I have a little bit of time to cram in freaking food and whatnot. Speaking of which, I need to finish catching up on getting back into order on I need to do the optional boss fights, and I think that's all I have to do, and then catch back up on Healing Nature, so that we're good to go on Tuesday. Granted, if not, then I might shift to something else for a little bit on Tuesday. This week. We might do art, maybe. I don't know. Ideally, I still do Healing Nature. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. It really does just kind of at times feel like it's exclusively one or two people that I'm actually with, rather than, you know, the circles that I classify things as. Because, like, yeah, I'm freaking friends or mutuals or whatever, freaking... And then it's like... no real interaction, aside from in passing. I don't know. I don't know, dude. People will come out of freaking nowhere all of a sudden, and then freaking it's like, that's cool. I sure am glad that, I'm glad for you for finding these people and freaking, I don't know. And then there's, like, not, how do I put it? I just don't like not being invited to certain things by friends, you know? It doesn't exactly feel good. Like, at times, it feels like there's, like, I don't know. Despite the fact that I logically classify, I don't know, maybe freaking 50 or so people as friends, I freaking... I don't know. It's like Nami, Frosty, Pepper. Sarah. I don't know. And I do kind of start to, like, I don't know, have doubts in the brain, you know? It's kind of why I'm hoping, like, I think what I need to do is clean up stuff that I freaking have had on the back burner for a while. I just need to power through it. I need to stop freaking waiting for inspiration and whatnot. power through it or knock it off of my list just in general. Like stuff that I've been sitting on for over a year or something. And then, I don't know, I want to, if/when get new PC, start to expand my freaking circles. Or find new ones, I guess is probably the more operative term. Just because freaking, you know. Like I said, that migratory itch is back. There's some circles I wish that I hadn't left, like... ones that I used to be, like, really deep in the community of, and now it's, like... And the reasons that I left them were reasons that weren't going to get solved anytime soon. So, I don't know. I'd probably do the same. But I do kind of wish that, like, the drift in the first place hadn't happened, I guess is the best way to put it. I mean, I'm mutuals with some of those people now. On one or more platforms, so... It's not like a freaking... It's not like an isolation thing or anything. But who knows? Maybe one day we'll figure it out. Maybe one day we won't. I just want things to cool down for a little bit, you know? Not even temperature-wise, it's actually not that bad around here, like, physically. But, like... have the entire freaking... environment cool down for a bit. Rather than every goddamn week there's just something new. Freaking... the dogs nipping at each other or whatever. Maybe I do just jump straight into it after stream today. I'll probably only run about like 2 hours or something. I might not even raid tonight. I just kind of wanted to take tonight as event night. It might not even be archived. I might just delete this. Probably not, because I'm too lazy to. But, you never know. I do kind of want to get back to, RimWorld, though. That's another thing I've been kind of sitting on for a while. It's so weird, freaking seeing a demo have its own independent achievements from a game itself. they're exactly the same achievements, but yeah, I knew that today was going to be a shorter one. I mean, I wasn't sure if I was going to play something, but I don't know. And maybe when, like, we get new computer sorted out, we'll have longer streams again. Because part of the thing is that I'm always afraid of a cascade failure happening again. Which is something. But yeah, freaking... I don't know. There's a lot of things that I'd like to do again. A lot of things that I'd like to freaking do for the first time. Who's to know, though? Really have to pee. I'll be right back. But now that freaking things have, now that things have kind of been sorted on, now that things have been sorted on, the primary thing that freaking smacked me down, hopefully I can get working back onto, to other stuff. You know, working on art and sorting through most of the other stuff that's been going on. I guess I'd like to get back to working on stuff again. And hopefully freaking, at least as far as circles that I'm actually in, things calm down. I can get my freaking, my working back into gear. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll hit 500 this month. Who knows? I might stream on Wednesday this week. I haven't been joining Anime Night the past few weeks. I just haven't really felt like it. I haven't really had that kind of energy vibe going on. So I didn't feel like it would exactly be conducive to a positive interaction. I'm not entirely sure if/when I will next, actually. I mean, they're shifting to Sundays, like, next month, but I don't know. I think that's part of the thing, is like... I mean, we were thinking of doing Sibling Saturday yesterday, the main thing that we've been thinking of doing is the Ratatouille stream, and I'm still burned out on shooty stuff, thanks to Marathon. Which, you know, is part of why I originally changed my schedule to be varying things throughout the week. I'm kind of liking Tales of Monkey Island. It's got some nice bite-sized bits. I can do an episode a stream and still have it be shorter streams. I'm not sure what I'll do after we're done with that, though. I guess it depends on how things line up. I have been enjoying point-and-clicky stuff. I do have Samaros 2, which I believe is another game by the people that did Machinarium. That could be fun to do. Yeah, they did Machinarium. Machinarium was fun. Samaros 1 is free. So maybe we'll continue down the point-and-click rabbit hole after we're done with, after we're done with all the Monkey Island stuff that we currently have. I don't know. I guess it kind of depends on what I feel like. Maybe we'll do some strategy. I don't know. It also kind of depends on if new computer's sorted by then. Because we still got 3 more episodes of Monkey Island, I believe. Yeah, we did chapter 2 the other day. We have Lair of Leviathan, Trial and Execution of Guybrush Threepwood, and then Rise of the Pirate God. That's probably what we'll wind up doing, is just keeping going through that for now. And maybe if we're done with that and I don't feel like doing anything, we'll start doing more art streams. I mean, in general, I kind of want to adjust some things anyway. Like, I want to go and, like, adjust the rigging on all of my other models with this base. All my other outfits, I should say. Obviously get the, all the teeth and whatnot done. But there's still some, like, quirks to this that I want to adjust a bit. I mean, it's not helped by the fact that I want that I do have lag just due to the way that my computer is. So sometimes it doesn't like fully detect my mouth like moving in a certain way. But yeah, I also kind of want to extend the amount of distance that the head moves, like in each direction. I think that up is the only one that is like moves as much as I'm satisfied with. And even then, the rigging is a little off from what I'd like. So we'll figure it out. I mean, in the end, we're all like, I'm still learning a lot. And rigging in general just takes a lot of time when you're actually like experienced with it. A lot of mine are like very quick rigs. Especially with using, like... Especially considering the recent ones have been a lot of outfits. But yeah. I don't know. I think we'll figure it out eventually. I just have like 3 different directions where I'm a bit on. Maybe I just up and disappear from different areas and we go from there. Either way. Maybe I do end it a little early today. I just kind of wanted to have a little yap session where I, you know, discuss a few things that's been going on over the past few days and whatnot. Between life and... between life and just, you know, the entire internet situation currently. Well, we'll be back tomorrow with Monkey Island at least, so hopefully that'll freaking help a bit. Do I have anything else, really? I don't know. Hopefully computer situation gets sorted soonish. Hopefully there's nothing that goes wrong with tomorrow and then freaking we're in line to have everything sorted by the end of the month, maybe? Fingers crossed. Let's not have a 6th month without us making any progress. And then we'll... see what happens. I don't think I got anything else. I didn't really want to, like, have tonight go too terribly long. It's like I said, I do want to work on art. I do have a commission that I gotta work on for one. I think I'll do that. I'll hop off. I'll work on the commission. I'll have myself some tea to relax with. And hopefully, with the new week coming in, we'll be in line to have a more relaxed time now that I don't have, now that I have one less stressor looming. Play it by ear. That being said, that's gonna be for me. I'm not gonna raid into anyone. I just don't feel like hunting for anyone to raid. I don't think there's anyone even live that I would want to raid into. I'll be watching Egg after this, probably, if I had to guess on who I'm gonna probably watch. There's a few people I'll probably be watching off-stream survey results. Yuku is still... Yuku's going. Egg, I believe, is going. I mean, unless Egg is doing more Disco Elysium. That's maybe what I might do. That might be on the list for soon. No, Egg's doing art. I will watch that because I'm going to be working on art as well. But that's it for me. Like I said, not going to raid anyone. You don't have to... I don't know, what's the phrase? You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, whatever it is. I'm just gonna kind of cold end. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the follows, rates, all that good jazz. And if you want to join the Discord or follow me, I mean, it's the Discord primarily, I guess, in this case. Follow me on Blue Sky or Twitter. Twitter's in the card. Blue Sky is just on the links. Here's the socials. But if you want to join the Discord, the new outfit recommendation thing I'll be making a channel for that soon. Tonight. Probably right after stream. But, again, thank you all for watching. Sorry that today was a little low energy, a little more melancholy in certain aspects, a few topics that were probably not stuff that people really wanted to listen to again, but I appreciate you all for even just popping by. That's good for me. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye.